It was a very hard race. The sweat was pouring into our eyes. We need to do more.
We are the outlaws.
Collision. Great competition, great entertainment. What do you want more?
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to what is bound to be quite the delicatitious race out here in Dubai. This is the very first of two as part of the grand finale that is the Dubai Grand Prix. Now, if you missed pole position qualifying earlier, where were you? It was truly a sight to behold, a pole position qualifying session worthy of this incredible city. And it was those pole position specialists, Sharjah, that managed to do it again. They are now top of qualifying for the fourth time in a row. Genuinely spectacular form. They always leave it to the last 1, 2, at a push, 3 laps. But it really was an incredible performance to pull out of the bag. But of course, they are not the only ones fighting it out at the front. In second position, we have defending champions, boat number 96, HPI Fujairah Racing Team. And then in third, we have, let's be honest, what is probably at this moment in time the main protagonists of our XCAT story, Victory. They are our championship leading boat at the moment, and they will start in third. Now, Faz Marine pushed it really, really hard. They are in 4th, and they then collect a cluster of XCAT as they go, with Team GB down in 5th, who are 2nd in our championship standing. So what does that mean for the story that we are writing here off the coast of Sunset Beach? Well, you've got Victory Team heading into the championship fight in 1st. 22 points behind is Team GB. So obviously this pole position qualifying session, well, that bodes very, very well for Victory indeed. They just need to stay out of the way and fire their way through, and hopefully stay out of trouble as we go round this circuit. Now, we did catch up with a number of the drivers and crews earlier, but before we talk to them about what we're feeling, just take a moment to absorb what is an incredible scene. We have been really honoured to see some incredible racing across the championship so far, and it will be either today or Sunday that our champion will be crowned. That's right. When Victory Team go to bed this evening, they could be the 2025 UIM XCAT World Champions. Let that sink in for just a second. Salim Al-Adidi, Isa Al-Ali, they were champions in 2017, so it's been a long time coming. And if they do deliver out there today, they will be 7-time champions, or at least Victory Team will be a 7-time UIM XCAT World Championship winning team, with the crew collecting their 2nd piece of World Championship silverware, which is really something to behold. But they will definitely not have it all of their own way. I was catching up with Sean Torrenti in the paddock earlier, and barring some mechanical mishaps that they've had throughout the championship, they have led every single lap that they have competed in. So they're not going to make it easy when we see the flag for go. So there's an awful lot to contend with, and an awful lot of stories to chat through as well, because defending champion boat number 96, HPI Fujairah Racing Team, they go into this race 3rd in the championship, but they're looking over their shoulder because boat number 17, Q8, well, they are only 10 points behind them. Remember, they finished on the podium in their home Grand Prix in Q8, so we know that XCAT, well, we know that they're fast, and we know that they can put a performance in. And now that their hull is all patched up after that small but rather aggressive run-in with Swecat, they are also looking pretty good out there on the water as well. So there are a fair number of storylines going on out there as part of this Dubai Grand Prix, and as always, we won't know any of the answers until the checkered flag is up. So you're going to have to stay with us to make sure that you don't miss a single sentence in this incredible story that is being written before our eyes. But that's enough of the literature puns from me, as the XCAT crews are being dropped into the water there just off of the pontoon, and the last conversations about tactics and anything else that might happen out there on the water are happening. Let's hear from some of the drivers that we caught up with after pole position qualifying. I'm trying not to be creepy on purpose, but I saw you come in. Got time for a quick chat, walk and talk? Yeah, we'll walk and talk. Don't worry about him. If he falls over, he's fully insured, so don't worry about that. 55 was out there. Official practice this morning looked really good. Come to pole position qualifying. What happened?
We seem to have a pole position problem. I don't think we've fulfilled any pole position this year. No, we had a steering issue. The power steering was not just it was jamming completely. So we had to pull off. We fixed the problem now, and yeah, we have to start from the back in the race, but do the best we can.
It must be really frustrating, because I mean, I've been watching from the commentary booth, and every time you go out there, you do look like you're starting to pull all those pieces together, which is tough, right? But we've got one more pole position qualifying. We've obviously got the race, and then the second here in Dubai. Is it starting to feel like something's coming together? Is the XCAT starting to feel like home, I think is what I'm starting to ask.
Yeah, I mean, we had lots of issues with the boat. It's a brand new setup, so of course we expected some difficulties, but the boat is coming together. It's a tricky boat to drive. It sits very high on the water, but it's super fast. So I hope for the race that we can be up there and to finish first. First you have to finish, is what they say. Yeah.
Very true. Very true. Amazing, Merritt. I'll let you get on because I know you've got a course check. But best of luck in the race. Thanks. See you in a bit. Team GB lying second in the championship overall. It's a tall order. By your own admission, you're looking forward to it. We've just had qualifying. It went okay, but why don't you tell me how you feel about it?
Qualifying for us, where we knew when obviously we've been out practicing, it's not our type of course. It's a tight course, so our boat isn't a tight cornering boat, as you can see, and as the course in the past. So it just seems the courses are getting a little bit small at the moment. So we will, like we say, we're here to enjoy it, and we're just going to go out and enjoy it and see where we come. We want hopefully hold our second position for overall for the year. So that's what we need to keep hold of now.
And that's the thing, we've been talking about how course size or the kind of fundamental changes, sometimes it works well for crews, sometimes it doesn't work so well for crews and for XCATs. Something we've got here is a third long lap. So how does that figure into your thinking as a team?
Long lap isn't as big as it normally is, so we've got 3 long laps, which hopefully will be good. Hopefully we get a lot of wind this afternoon. We've still got a couple of hours, so let's pray for the weather gods to start being windy, and let's see where we come and just try and bring the boat home.
Nice one. Right, I'll let you get your lunch because it's that time, but
No, I'm going for the call.
And just like magic, we are back live with the action. I don't know about you, but I am positively salivating for what will be this first race here of the final weekend of the 2025 UIM XCAT World Championship. So just to let you know, we've got the opening lap at 4.65 nautical miles. Then we've got 12 race laps. That will consist of 40.44 nautical miles, and then 3 long laps, 11.58 nautical miles in total. That's going to be an interesting one, giving us a total race course of 56.67 nautical miles. Plenty for us to get our teeth into at a beautiful, balmy 30 degrees down here at Sunset Beach. And it doesn't feel quite that warm because the wind is starting to pick up, and that could mean anything can happen out there on the water with the conditions changed from this morning. There are crews out there that will prefer it to be slightly choppier, slightly more of a challenge. So just a reminder of where everybody sits heading into this race following qualifying. Sharjah in first, HPI Fujairah Racing Team in second, Victory Team boat number 7 in third, Faz Marine in fourth, Team GB in fifth, Swecat in sixth, Q8 in seventh, Make USA in eighth, and Enerjima will start from ninth. Plenty to talk about throughout our race here today. Lots of subplots, lots of stories, lots of drama, and that is exactly how we want it. And of course, we could well be crowning a champion when all is said and done and the checkered flag is hoisted high above the Pace Cat. But we still have 16 laps, or 15 and a half if you're going to be pedantic, talking about the start lap. So I'm sure there will be plenty of twists and turns, and the championship standing after we left Q8 and heading into today, Victory out there with a 22-point lead. Team GB, the 2023 champions, in second with 108. The defending champions, HPI Fujairah Racing Team, in third, sat on 76. Q8 though hot on their heels with 66 points, and they will be looking upwards and want to be upwardly mobile. XCAT in fifth with 44 points. Sharjah, let's call them what they are, the qualifying experts, in sixth, 35. Energima just a sniff behind them with 34, and they've been lifted into the water, which is good news for them. Fazmarine in eighth, but again, fantastically good qualifying from them. Keep an eye out as they shoot out of the starting gates. Mate USA in ninth, joining us in Q8. They were incredibly consistent in those two Grand Prix up the Gulf in Q8. So plenty of narrative there for us to get our teeth into. It's an incredibly exciting culmination to what has been a championship season that has really, from the off when we were in Fujairah, been in the hands of Victory, but it is not over until it's over. Mathematically, the teams in second and in third are in with a shout, so defending champions could still technically leave Dubai with the trophy safe in Naples, or alternatively we could see the trophy return to Merseyside with Team GB as they head back to that side of the world. It's an open question. Who will be the 2025 UIM XCAT World Champions when the weekend is over? As I say, we could easily get to this evening and it's all sewn up, and then tomorrow and Sunday we are playing for Pride, and we're playing for second, third, fourth, all the way through down to ninth. So it is a great time to be a powerboat fan. It is a great time to enjoy XCAT. It's also a wonderful time to be in Dubai. It's a wonderful event every single year. We traditionally finish our XCAT season here, and it would not be possible at all without the support of the DIMC. And they, as always, have been the perfect hosts. Too perfect. I've eaten too much, but it's been a wonderful event, and it hasn't even really started yet. Pole position qualifying was exactly what we wanted, and as you see there, the backdrop of Dubai on your screens, absolutely unmistakable. You know exactly where you are in the world when you see that vista. Hard to mistake the majesty of where this championship finale is taking place. There's the crew of Sharjah, our pole position sitters, right at the top. Sean Tarenti there on the left, Mikhail Kitashev was just there on the right. None of the crews wanting to get in too early. It is frightfully warm inside of an XCAT cockpit, particularly on a day like today. We might be in mid-December, but I can tell you, depending where you're watching this in the world, it's lovely here. Not to make you jealous, but it's nice and warm, and that is handy. And we've got a good scattering of spectators dotted up and down the shoreline, just waiting, as we all are with bated breath, for this first of two races here for the grand finale, the Dubai Grand Prix. Nicole Benson there of XCAT just taking on some last minute hydration as we see the bow of boat number 7. Will this be the 7th championship for Victory team in the UIM XCAT World Championship, I wonder? Victory as a team have been gracing these waters for a long time. I found myself going back into the archives and watching championships, powerboating championships off this coast from the early 90s, which of course is all in fashion now anyway. So for the first time in a long time I was back in fashion, watching powerboat racing from the early 90s. And we've got a wonderful bird's eye view there of our pontoon, and we have white flag, which means it's time to scuttle aboard. And there you can see our operations centre, about 2 floors above me actually, rushing into action. The Pace Cat there getting ready to lead these incredible machines out into the bay, round and then onto the water itself, the open water. So Marie Falsafane there. You could say he's pretty successful. He knows a thing or three about collecting silverware. He is throttling in boat number 3, Faz Marine, alongside Francis Nocella. Spoke to them both on the way to the pontoon earlier, just talking about how their relationship has really blossomed across these last kind of few races. It takes a little while for a crew sometimes to just kind of find their feet and understand just how best to communicate with each other. And they're saying that they are now starting to really understand. Of course, for Faz Marine, this is a home Grand Prix. And Francis there, who does hail from Belgium, just saying how this now feels like home, which is lovely. As we have our spectators just enjoying something of the VIP experience. Lovely stuff, well worth it. Buy a ticket. It's a wonderful thing, and when those Mercury ROS 400 racing engines really kick into life, that is when you really feel what it is to be shoreside at an XCAT championship. So nothing can disguise the fact that we are reaching the sunset of our 2025 championship. The championship's taken us on the other side of the Emirates to Fujairah. We've been up to Kuwait, which was fantastic. Really enjoyed our time there. It really delivered some fantastic racing. And then here in Dubai, we've been coming here for an awfully long time, and it always delivers the perfect present just ahead of Christmas. And it has been no different so far. Pontoon that is playing host to our XCAT cruise, assembled and then disassembled for every tournament and every championship when we come here. And a little bit longer than last year actually, which means it's slightly steadier. Those of you that tuned in live last year might have seen me very nearly take a nosedive off the end of the pontoon, which would have been funny on camera, but frankly not so good for me. But this year, nice and stable. We limit the number of people on there, and we're very close now to our crews being asked forcefully to close the hatches on their XCAT cockpits and then head out for what will be a decider one way or another. We will know whether it's going to be another couple of days before we know who the 2025 champ is, or we're going to know very soon, 16 laps time, who is going to be 2025 world champ. There's only one crew out there that can take the title home this afternoon, and that is Victory. But we saw here last year they didn't have it all their own way. There was a collision in the second race last year and Team GB came alive. And they're hoping to do the same again this year. They are 22 points behind Victory. Just a reminder that a victory will get you 35 points. So that will mean an unassailable lead for the boat in blue. And if they finish on top of the podium, they are guaranteed to be the champions in 2025. There we see the pace cat glistening in the afternoon sun here on a beautiful Friday in Dubai. A couple of very special guests as well. An XCAT racer, if my eyes are not deceiving me. And there we have it. The green flag is being waved, which means, as you can see, the hatches are being closed. The XCATs will be pushed from the pontoon and they will then head off on a short procession on their way to the starting line. Now the start procedure will go through shortly, but this is always one of the toughest parts of any Grand Prix in XCAT. You see here just making sure everybody's actually started and heading away from the pontoon. Engine management starts from the second the revs start. What a sight. They look quite serene actually, but we all know they're about to roar into life. They're playing nice now, but I suspect that we will have a rather feisty start here. Something tells me we're going to have ourselves quite the eruption of noise. And it's usually at that point that we all kind of gently ask ourselves and everybody else, I hope they do behave at the start line. Everybody's waiting, phones out to capture the action. And they are now gently making their way around. They'll go up to the very tippy top of the course. And then the team in the pace cat will make sure that they're all aligned. They've been split into their separate gates, first, second and third. Of course, finishing first, second and third in the pole position qualifying session, they will have the preferential line. Speaking to Isa earlier of Victory, and he said he prefers starting in third. So the starting lineup, the boats will head up, start aggressively, head round for 12 racing laps. 40.44 nautical miles in total, but then we have, of course, the 3 long laps. 11.55 nautical miles, giving us a total race course of 56.68 nautical miles. It is a speedy track, but it's a relatively small track. It's a small circuit here, thus the 3 long laps, but each of those long laps are slightly shorter than you might have found in other races that we had across the span of the year. The XCAT's just giving the metaphorical nodding of the cap to the spectators. Enojima there, Marat Stromoy we caught up with earlier, of course, telling us about their power steering issue. But it would appear that that issue has been rectified. And they will now all make their way about as far away from the shore as they can get, within the confines of the course, and then it's on. And what we're looking for is, of course, the green flag being hoisted, but you'll know well before then, when you hear those engines roar into life, that is when the action will start. And I've got to say, that first corner through the gate, that's the one that's going to be fraught with danger. If there's going to be an issue from the start, I think that's probably where we're going to find it. We've had some really good starts though recently, actually. I pretty much cursed that last time I said it, but we've had some very clean starts. But it was the second corner in Q8 that caused us a bit of a heart palpitation as XCAT and Q8 came together, causing considerable damage actually to both of the XCATs. But by some miracle, they're both here today. They're both patched up, and they're both good to go. Just the teams there onshore. Frightfully nerve-wracking for the teams that they've done everything they can do while the XCATs are not in the water, and now it is just up to the crews out there, and you just hope that mechanically your XCAT will come back and hold up in one piece. This is the moment that they're all going to start shuffling the pack. They're all going to make sure that they are in the right position. If you're sat watching this and you are a Victory team fan, you're looking at boat number 3 in the pecking order there. But Sharjah make a good case for leading from the front. They are starting here in first. Leisurely from the pace cat. And there you see Sharjah just behind. HPI Fujairah next door in second. Victory there just pulling out over to their port side. What a moment for that team. They just need to keep their noses clean here, and everybody just looking to keep the line. There you can see we've got the yellow flag, which means it's throttled down. Everybody should be getting the revs up now. We've got a green flag, and the first race of the Dubai Grand Prix, the finale of the 2025 UIM XCAT World Championship, is on. That left-hand side of your screen, that is where we're at. Sharjah, HPI Fujairah Racing Team, and Victory. It's already starting to fracture as we head towards the 3 starting gates here. There'll be no love lost as we head into the course. And it is clean so far, but Victory have shot into the lead as they disappear into the shining sun and looked around that first corner. But it is boat number 7 of Victory Team that managed to judge the start perfectly and race into an early lead. Flying ahead. That is a decent amount of space as they lead from Sharjah. Teams onshore just desperately trying to figure out where everybody is. The pack tightly congested after that start. We've got a flyer on the outside. And now the race is on. Victory, you can see there streaming out in front. Sharjah just dumping on the speed. HPI Fujairah Racing Team looking to make up the spot they look to have lost from the start. Remember, a win here for those 2 experts, let's just say it as it is, in the boat with the 7 adorned on the side, the XCAT that is currently leading the pack. If it stays like this, we haven't had the first lap yet, but if it stays like this, we have a champion. Victory just flying through the back of the course, and you can see there already, compared to this morning's conditions, it is chopping at the back there, which bodes well for some of the teams here. Team GB particularly like it a little bit windier. Shadowshah sat in second, HPI Fujera Racing Team in third. It looks like Fazmarine sat in fourth. But it will all start to become abundantly clear as the laps start to count down, and then it starts to become a battle of wits and a strategic masterclass, because it's when the long laps start to come in, of which we have 3. That is where we will start to see some shuffling as the first times come in. It's been slightly slower than we've seen in qualifying, but Victory Team are leading the way. Sharjah are in second. Fujera Racing Team are in third, our defending champions. Fazmarine in fourth. Team GB are in fifth. XCAT are in sixth. Enerjima are currently sat in seventh. Q8 in eighth. What a start we have had from what is our penultimate race of the UIM XCAT World Championship for 2025. And Victory are not hanging around. They have decided that they are just going to go hell for leather here, and they are going to grab what they can when they can, as Mate USA make up the pack. Obviously had a bit of an issue on starting, but they seem to be flying now. Wow, what a start. It was clean, and that is all we really look for in the first instance, and then we can start to settle in to what will be a history moulding race. So, early pace up there, as you can see. I mean, qualifying they were in the 230s, so it looks like race pace, at least early race pace, was considerably down, but this will pick up. The speeds of 100 kilometers an hour plus, that is really starting to shine through. So you've got the pack starting to fragment, but again, those long laps are going to start playing a role. You've got 3, one of which you can use at any time you like, but 2 have to be grabbed a hold of ahead of the 70% mark of this race. Victory Team there, you can see just shooting off. Shadowja just trying to choose a slightly different line to get out of the way. HPI Fujera Racing Team taking an even wider line. And Fazmarine look to be hauling them in. Team GB firing through as well, with XCAT hot on their heels. And there, Enerjima, they've threatened all year long, and now they're coming good on their promises to be competitive. They are flying. And quite a lot on show as we tune in what stories are starting to unfold. Well, the battle between second and third might actually hot up as it starts to look like this, because HPI Fujera Racing Team could pick up some decent points and start to hover around Team GB. So Team GB will be terribly keen to move forward and up the rankings here, while Victory just continue nice and flat, keeping it controlled and out in front. This is pretty much how they would have wanted this to go. Hardly any rooster tail there at all. Binoculars at the ready, and all the time. Sharjah just on the coattails of Victory Team. Bit of a slide there from boat number 7, and let's compare that to Sharjah's entry. Bit wider actually. Kuwait have opted to take their first long lap, so they are jumping in early doors and looking to make the jump on the rest of the boys and teams here. So an interesting first tactical call from Kuwait. Let's get one of the long laps out of the way early, they're thinking, so that we can jump straight in to the rest of our race. They look incredibly fast out there. The conditions lending themselves to incredibly quick XCAT racing today. Boat number 3 of Faz Marine firing through. They are only 4 seconds behind HPI Fujairah Racing Team, who sit in 3rd. Team GB, who are chasing the championship, albeit from a bit of a distance. Is this going to be a turn up for the books for them? The conditions do not suit their XCAT, or their style really, to be honest with you. So as Kuwait run their long lap, it's going to push them, as we know, down the rankings, but never fear, that is part of the plan, because the rest of the flotilla are going to have to opt to take their 3 long laps at some stage, and if they don't, then they are slapped with a penalty. But Victory at the moment with a just shy of 8-second lead over Sharjah. So Isa Al Ali, Salim Al Adidi, I've spoke to them a number of times across this racing week, and they seem pretty cool, calm and collected. They're ready for this as Fujairah decide to take their long lap. Team GB are also opting to take their long lap. The undercut is on. So Team GB, by taking their long lap early, are hoping to maybe jump ahead of Faz Marine, as Sean Torrenti and Mikhail Kitashev on board of Sharjah continue to chase down boat number 7. It is a battle of the Emirates at the moment. The top 3, Victory Team hailing from here in Dubai, Sharjah from just up the coast, and HPI Fujairah Racing Team if you head south. And it is close. Just looking on, and Sharjah have been competitive all year this year. 4 pole positions in a row. Kuwait is opting to take their second long lap. Kuwait going all in here. They're not messing around. They just want to get these long laps out of the way and then just hammer down, throttle all the way. We are already in the 5th lap of this Grand Prix. Time flies when you're having fun. But Victory are maintaining their lead as we see Enerjima jump up to 5th. They've managed to rectify the gremlins in their system, and here they are fighting. So the top 3 is now Victory, boat number 7 in 1st, Sharjah in 2nd, Faz Marine jumped to 3rd after HPI Fujairah Racing Team take their long lap. And Enerjima in 5th, XCAT in 6th, Team GB dropped to 7th, but they have had to take their long lap, so they will probably look to claw that back. And Q8, having taken 2 long laps, are now propping up near the back as Faz Marine continue to push hard. And Enedajima now taking their long lap. We see Ragesh there, team manager of Faz Marine. And Faz Marine just tucking in behind mate USA there, as we're informed that XCAT have now decided to put their first long lap into the mix. So Q8 have taken 2, Enedajima are now on 1. HPI Fujera Racing Team taking the long lap as well. XCAT taking the long lap. And Team GB. So now we're starting to see the pack shuffle. As we focus in on defending champions, boat number 96, HPI Fujera Racing. Race winners in Q8. Qualified well here in second. So they're starting to find the pace again in that dug right hull. Q8 throwing their third long lap into the mix. Interesting strategy. We will see how it pays off. There'll be a lot of learning from this race here today, because as we head into the second race, that will be a carryover from today. They'll understand more about the course and the long lap implications therein, as Rosario and Giuseppe Sciano di Cola, boat from Naples, the hull from the USA, and the defending champions from 2024. They are riding fourth, but they will be at the very least eyeballing the podium, but probably secretly harbouring hopes for another win here in Dubai. Victorious here last year, of course, taking home the World Championship. But that World Championship looks at the moment like it's going to be leaving Italy and making its way right here to Dubai. And HPI Fujera Racing Team, smack bang in the middle of your screens, they are taking second long lap. And looking to get those out of the way slightly earlier in this 6th lap of this Grand Prix here in Dubai, just off of the beautiful sands of Sunset Beach, playing host once again to our XCATs. Crikey, they're carrying some speed through there. Just around the back of the course there, obviously the long lap takes you right out offshore, as Enedajima decide to take yet another long lap. Do hope you're keeping up at home. XCAT also following suit and taking a long lap. Rosario and Giuseppe now. You can imagine the communication being loud and frantic in there. They're now making their way towards the final corner of this circuit, and then they will be throttled down towards the timing boys, and there we will see how much that long lap has cost them. They have to take them, so you might as well try and do it at a time of your choosing, and then that forces the hand of your rivals as Victory fly into the lead. I think we're starting to see their tactics here. Mate USA now taking a long lap, but it is Victory out there as Team GB opt to take a long lap. Scott and Martin just looking to enjoy their time, and what will be will be. The future is not theirs to see, but they do hope that they might be world champions once again. There's an outside chance, because Victory are just looking to build a huge gap here. That would appear to be their tactic as they decide to now dip in for their first long lap. They have to take them at some point. Faz Marine following suit. They have also elected to take a long lap. We are 7 laps into this race. We are starting to approach the halfway point. It has gone in the blink of an eye as the title sits proudly to be won, as proudly as the Burj Khalifa in the background casting its shadow. Will it be the team of victory standing there triumphant? We'll see. We know that anything is possible here in the UIM XCAT World Championship. This middle stage is where things start to settle just a little bit. Things start to behave. And as long laps start to land, that is where we will start to know where everybody is going to fall, where the dominoes will sit. Energima now long lapping it. Boat 55. Marit Strömé and Erik Sundblad Johansson really starting to get to grips with this XCAT. It's really starting to show itself. This will be the last of their long laps for Energima. And what a result it would be for them if they were to finish on the podium today. And of all the crews out there, I think these guys would get quite the round of applause. They have worked so hard this year as Mate USA elect to take one of their long laps. An awful lot of air being taken there by 55. Gets real choppy round the back there. Bit of a slide. It is fast in a straight line, we know that. It's just about hanging on to the tops of those waves and those swells as they hit the corner. Look at the trajectory on that. Majesty in motion. Victory team, boat number 7, are taking their second long lap. Because Sharjah are currently in the lead. But we know that Sharjah are going to have to elect to take long laps at some stage. The chess game is afoot. Looks like Faz Marine coming in hard on victory there as the long lap's being taken. Will Faz Marine just pull into port, just making it round that buoy? They are skirting on the right of the edge of this circuit. And the rooster tail there on the back of those two Mercury ROS racing engines, they will be ploughing victory in spray. And the wake will be destabilising our XCATs as well. There's just so much to contend with. Team GB running long laps again. This will be them done as they look to capitalise and climb up the rankings. And at some point I'm going to have to start doing some light arithmetic just to see how the points are going to fall and what that means for our championship. Sharpen your pencils, everybody, because on lap number 9 this is where things start to come to the pointy end. As it stands, we will see changes. Sharjah leading the way, Faz Marine in second, Victory Team in third, HPI Fujairah Racing Team in fourth, Team GB hot on their heels in fifth, Energima in sixth, XCAT in seventh, Q8 in eighth, and Mate USA in ninth. There you can just see everybody coming together as we get front runners coming together with back markers, and everybody starting to get in each other's way a little bit, and that is where the book opens for danger. Victory just skirting around the worst of it. At the moment, this is looking pretty good for Victory. If they finish in the top 3, that will be enough. But we still have Sharjah to take their long laps. Faz Marine are opting to take a long lap here. That will move them down the rankings. We still have a third long lap for Victory team to take as well. So as we wait with bated breath as the championship leaders tackle every wave, every corner, every eventuality in front of them, will this crew, will that team be the 2025 UIM XCAT World Champions, or do we have yet another twist in the tail? HPI Fujairah Racing Team there, boat number 96, defending champions of course. They still have a long lap to jot down on the page. Flying through there, just trying to stay out of harm's way. They could easily find themselves in a podium position here. They're just outside the top 3 at the moment. Victory jumping to second overall. And once Sharjah start to take their long laps, that is when Victory will pull away. They seem cool as a cucumber there. They seem good to go. They have their plans. We're on lap 10 now of this opening race here in Dubai. We are edging closer and closer and closer to what looks like a victory for Victory as Sharjah put their name in the long lap book. That might not still push them down to second, but once they take the second and the third, they're going to fall away. But they're hoping to open up enough of a gap that they still finish on the podium. Boat number 17, Q8. Those of you that tuned in for Q8 Grand Prix will have seen the size of the hole in their hull. And a remarkable job done by the team at Faz Marine who supplied the hull for Q8 to put them back together. And it is going well in 8th at the moment. Qualifying, or the struggles therein have been the thorn in the side for Q8 as Faz Marine take their third and final long lap here. We are just 6 laps from what is ever increasingly looking like a win for Victory. But they still have to take a long lap. But as it stands, they are getting their hands on the trophy that they had to let go 8 years ago. XCAT remarkably well. They did remarkably well to patch up their XCAT after what was a heavy amount of damage. Don't forget they were also the wrong way up after that collision. Terrible, frightening thing to see, but it's well worth watching the full highlights documentary on the XCAT World Championship YouTube channel. You can catch all the action that you've missed. And every team manager, every member of the team on shore just hanging on, chewing fingernails, looking through their fingers, hanging on with bated breath. Inajima put in a very good shift here as Team GB come alongside mate USA. Inajima there looking pretty good. So Sharjah, who have been taking a long lap, they've got another 2 to take. And HPI Fujera Racing Team are electing to take the long lap now. They are currently running in 3rd. The top 3 looking congested, but once the last few long laps are taken, that is where we will have a much clearer view of what is happening in front of us. But Victory Team will undoubtedly jump back into the lead once Sharjah complete long laps required of them. As Sharjah come through the timing buoy, they've managed to just about hang on. And Q8 there, running 2 Mercury ROS 300 engines as part of this championship season's look towards experimentation, innovation and sustainability. And you would have thought being down a couple of hundred on horsepower would have been an issue, but a podium in Q8 says different. And so Victory Team still chasing down Sharjah, but Sharjah still with 2 long laps to take, and with 10 seconds between them and second, I think it is a fairly safe comment to make that I think Victory might end up pipping them here. Remember, a win is all they need. Easily said, harder done. But to quote Merritt from earlier on, if you want to finish first you have to finish. Never a truer sentence. Lap 12 of this opening race of the Dubai Grand Prix. Sharjah are going to be running their 2nd long lap, and that will put them behind Victory Team unless something spectacular happens here. And Victory Team, they just have to keep their eye on the prize. They just need to stay focused. Isa and Salim, they've been here before, they've done it before. Their team are experienced, they know what it is to win. This won't be phasing them at all. I was chatting to Isa earlier. Not quite in the frame of mind to be having lunch, never eats before a race. And boy, will they celebrate with a hearty meal tonight if this is the way it's going to be. And there you can see Sharjah tucking in behind Victory. 4 laps to go. And it is starting to come together for Victory as boat number 96, HPR Fujera Racing Team, can start to see their grasp and their fingers slip from a title that they worked so hard to win last year, as Victory take over the lead of this Grand Prix, with Sharjah now slipping to 2nd with 1 more long lap and a penalty. Look into that afterwards. And remember to stay up to date with everything that goes on shore. Make sure you do follow the official XCAT World Championship social media pages, because that is where we really dive into the detail. Faz Marine, a wonderful showing from them this championship season of 2025. They are sat in 4th, just tantalisingly close to that podium finish that they desperately want and need. Mate USA dumping into a long lap. Victory are going to have to take a long lap here. They have 3 laps in which to take it. The gap to Sharjah isn't quite big enough. But second would do it. And it's like they're listening to me. Victory team are ploughing into a long lap as we speak. The gap to Sharjah probably not quite big enough, but Sharjah have had to take a penalty run. So essentially 4 long laps for them. We'll find out after what the penalty is for. But that will probably put pay to their ambitions of finishing top, but they could still finish on the podium here. They've got a healthy gap between them and Fujairah Racing Team. On board here with boat number 7. I'm nervous for them. It's so close now, tantalisingly close on this 13th lap. When we head through the timing, boys, the start-finish line, that is when we will start to really get close to what will be an astonishing end to a journey. Although, of course, we've still got one more race after this one and one more qualifying session, and still things to decide. Is not completely over. Beautifully balanced there as Victory head through. They have completed their mandatory long laps. The race is on now. Truly on. There's Q8 fly past Sharjah, who have dropped to 3rd. It is now Victory team, boat number 7 in the lead, defending champions and quite probably outgoing champions. HPI Fujairah Racing Team in 2nd. Sharjah are in 3rd with Faz Marine in 4th. But they could still usurp Sharjah into 3rd. Team GB in 5th, Energima in 6th, SweatCat in 7th, Q8 in 8th, and Mate USA in 9th. And then we will start to look back across to our pace cap, because when they produce the white flag, that is our penultimate lap. And then, of course, it's the checkered flag that we are looking out for. SweatCat deciding to run their 3rd long lap. They're tucked in 7th. They've done well, actually. They've faced a few mechanical issues, and who can blame them after the absolute battle that XCAT has been through, as we get confirmation that Sharjah are going to be taking their 3rd long lap. Remember, Sharjah effectively having to have run 4 because of a penalty lap, which opens the door, tantalisingly, for Faz Marine to possibly sneak their way into the podium in a 3rd place here. Victory team delicately does it, gently does it, but they are not having it all their own way, because HPI Fujairah Racing Team, who have also run all of their mandatory long laps, are not a million miles behind them. I wonder if it comes down to it, if Victory will battle with HPI. I doubt they will, because this is enough to seal the deal. Team GB, their closest rivals in 5th, just pick up not enough points to overcome them in the 2nd and final race here in Dubai. But HPI Fujairah Racing Team are giving them a battle here. and they're only 5 seconds behind. And as I mentioned, Faz Marine sneak into third, but they are under investigation for making contact with a buoy. So this is indicative results. Nothing is in cement yet for that third place side, who have jumped ahead of Sharjah. So there will be the investigation. Oh, it's tense. Oh, it's tense. But one thing is for certain, Victory Team are still leading the way. Team GB just haven't had enough to challenge them here. It will now become about sealing second place for them in the championship overall. Something that is not too shabby in the slightest. Victory Team here looking to put this championship battle to bed as soon as they've been able to. They started in third, which was, by Isa's own admission, exactly where he wanted to start. It was perfect. We're about to see the white flag hoisted from the XCAT, and then all they've got to do is do what they've done 15 times before. The white flag is being hoisted from the bow of the XCAT. We are about to enter the penultimate lap of this first race here in Dubai. It always delivers. Victory are through the timing, boys. This is their penultimate lap. It's the checkered flag they're looking for now, as Victory Team start this lap in first, but they will finish as world champions if it stays like this. HPI Fujairah Racing Team in second, and Faz Marine, who of course are being looked at, in third as it stands. And if something happens to them, well, that could open the door for Sharjah. Victory Team, calm, cool, collected, but definitely not complacent as they look to take back a title that was theirs. It had their name on it in 2017. This will be the 7th title for the team. What a moment it will be for those two. And with a race to spare, that would be glorious for them, wouldn't it? Don't have to worry about it going to the final lap of the final race of the final day of the final round of the championship. It could be right here. It could be right now. We are staying glued with what I might even go as far as saying are our champions elect. They, whoa, bit of a wobbly moment going into that corner, and if it stays like this, they will have 165 points, an unassailable lead from Team GB. Even if Team GB were to win the final race of this 2025 UIM XCAT World Championship, they will not catch them. The checkered flag is being waved, and it is boat number 7 of Victory Team who crossed the line. They are winners of this race, and they are champions of the world. Victory, boat number 7, Isa Al-Ali and Salim Al-Adidi are the 2025 UIM XCAT World Champions. They are, of course, victors of this race. And now, all the feelings can come out as the final XCATs fly through the timing boys. HBI Fujairah Racing Team have finished second. Faz Marine have finished third, albeit with the cloud of investigation hanging over them. We'll see what happens there. Sharjah, who started on pole, in fourth. Team GB, who entered this race second in the championship with the slimmest of hopes of grabbing the championship that they won in 2023 back. That chance has now escaped them, but second is still very much in their grasp. But HBI Fujairah Racing Team are chasing them, as Enerjima finish in 6th. And we will see Swekat in 7th. But it is all about that crew. Yes! Go on! Get in! They've done it. They've done everything they had to do. They have really gone above and beyond. They have finished first. 35 points in the bag, 165 points in total. Are well ahead of everybody. What a nerve-wracking end, in fairness, although they didn't make it look difficult, did they? They were under perfect control the entire time. They did everything they had to, and holding that checkered flag aloft, and deservedly so, as they win not just the race, but the 2025 UIM XCAT World Championship title to boot. They're going to have to wait a second to get a hold of the actual trophies, but I wonder what is going through the heads of Isa and Salim now. What are they thinking? They've come back to this championship and they've grabbed it by the throat, and now they are number one. Number one. And here as well, at home, Victory Team based here in Dubai. And what an absolute story to tell, as they now, well, they're piloting with their feet. Is there nothing these boys can't do? Wow. Well, this is going to take a moment to sink in. We've got to get the crews back to the pontoon, of course, and then it'll be over to the prize giving for this opening race of the Dubai Grand Prix. Wow. I think it's easy to underestimate what a gift composure is in a competitive environment. But these two have that gift in abundance. And it has seen them all the way to victory. Of course, it's not just about the two in the cockpit. Every single XCAT team has got a small army of support on shore, getting these incredible machines out there onto the water. And the flag is being waved. It really is just a fantastic way to close out this opening race. But there's more, and stories still to be settled, scores to be settled still. Second and third is still up for grabs, although third is now looking much more assured after Q8 struggled out there. But second and third are definitely still in the making, which means you're going to have to come back. There's no way you can miss pole position qualifying tomorrow and our race on Sunday. But it's right here, right now, as they head back to shore. They'll be mobbed by their team, mobbed by their friends, their family, their supporters. What a story for the XCAT World Championship. What a story for Victory Team. What a story for the DIMC. What a story for Dubai. And the best bit is there is still one more chapter to write. This is going to be a spectacular, spectacular entrance. Expertly flag waved there as Victory finished top of the pile overall. HPI Fujera Racing Team will be handing over their winning trophy from last year to Victory Team, and there is team manager of boat number 96 just congratulate the first to congratulate them. What a classy thing to do. That's wonderful stuff. As they come on shore. What a moment. What a moment. And hugs all round for the crew. God, they work so hard to get themselves out there. Now just getting Victory boat number 7 ready to be hoisted out of the water. And then we will be on to one of the best bits, let's be honest. They're going to get their trophies, they're going to get their medals. We'll hear the national anthem of the UAE. And it'll be sung loud and sung proud, I'm sure. You are watching history makers here. I can see that. Oh, I can see their family arriving from the top now. That's wonderful. It just takes so many people to deliver a result like this. And that is what we're seeing here. Just all that hard work, not just from them. And obviously they have a lot to do with it. They are fundamentally piloting. Isa with his kids. What a wonderful thing to see. Such tough competitors out there on the water, but shoreside everybody looks out for each other. And that's exactly what we like to see. So Victory Team, it was a race run, believe it or not. They were the winners. HPI Fujera Racing Team in second, Faz Marine in third. Sharjah, my word, didn't they run them close. They'll be back to fight another day. Team GB in fifth. It wasn't enough today, but I'm sure they'll be looking to close out this year with a podium, if not a win. And Ejima, wonderful to see them out there. And they really did put a shift in. Swekat finishing in 7th, Kuwait in 8th, and Mate USA in 9th. Obviously struggling. And the final championship standings will be obvious, but there's only one thing left for today, and that is the presentation of the trophies. So make sure that you stick around to watch as Victory Team boat number 7 hold their trophies aloft alongside our other podium sitters and our pole position top 3. But from me here today, I leave you with what will be the best part, the celebrating.
It was a very hard race. The sweat was pouring into our eyes.
Power isn't special. We don't fit on your canvas, we burn it all to
We need to do more.
cause we are the outlaws.
It's a collision. Great competition. Great entertainment. What do you want more?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and motorsport enthusiasts. Welcome to the grand finale of the 2025 UIM XCAT World Championship. This is the Dubai Grand Prix prize giving ceremony. What an incredible heart-stopping day of pure speed, unwavering precision and masterful teamwork we have witnessed on the stunning azure waters right here in Dubai. This final thrilling round is proudly brought to you by the Dubai International Marine Club in close cooperation with the Union Internationale Motonautique and the Dubai Sports Council. Events of this magnitude do not happen alone. We extend our most heartfelt gratitude to DIMC's strategic partners and loyal supporters for their invaluable contributions in making this weekend a resounding success. Before we dive into the action of the awards ceremony, we're privileged to have some esteemed dignitaries gracing us with their presence today. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to the stage His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Sultan bin Khalifa Al Nahyan, President of the UAE Marine Sports Federation. His Excellency Saeed Harib, Secretary General of the Dubai Sports Council. Mr. Jean-Marie Van Lanker, the UIM Vice President. His Excellency Khalid bin Dismal of the Dubai International Marine Club. He is a board member. His Excellency Mohammed Harib, board member and CEO of Dubai International Marine Club. Ahmed Ibrahim Al Balushi, the FIMC Managing Director. And Ahmed Al Adidi, Colonel Ahmed Al Adidi of the Dubai Police and MD of the Port Police. Thank you all for gracing us with your presence and for supporting this monumental event. So ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of the United Arab Emirates. Without further ado, let's turn our attention to the winners of today's pole position qualifying, the first of two here this weekend. The critical battle for the fastest lap. These teams have shown raw pace and nerves of steel to lock in their positions earlier today for the first race. Their effort this afternoon proved absolutely crucial to their success. Starting us off, securing the third fastest time, please welcome the crew of Victory Team, boat number 7 from the UAE, Salim Al Adidi and Isa Al Ali. Moving up to the sharp end of the grid, claiming an excellent P2, this team has proven that they are a serious contender. The second fastest qualifiers, HBI Fugera Racing Team, boat number 96, from Italia, Rosario Schiano di Cola and Giuseppe Schiano di Cola. And now, claiming the coveted top spot on the starting grid. The team that blistered the course with the ultimate time and secured pole position. Please give a massive round of applause to Sharjah team, boat number 9 from the UAE. They are Mikhail Kitashev and Sean Tarenti. Round of applause for our third place in pole position qualifying. And round of applause for first position in pole position qualifying. Outstanding performances all round. If I can now please ask the dignitaries to join our podium top 3 for a round of photos. Thank you. Round of applause one final time for our pole position top 3, because now it is time to move on to the awards for today's race number 1. It was a demanding high-stakes sprint filled with thrilling overtakes, strategic buoy turns and breathtaking action on the water that left us all on the edge of our seats. And we will start with the team that secured a crucial 26 points for their championship campaign and earning the third step on the podium, finishing in third place. We have Sharjah team, boat number 9 from the UAE, welcoming back to the stage Mikhail Kitashev and Sean Tarenti. They pushed the leaders hard, showing incredible resilience and precision to cross the finish line in a spectacular second place. Your runner-up from race number 1, defending champions, HPI Fujairah Racing Team, boat number 96. They are from Italy. It is Rosario and Giuseppe Schiano Nicola. The team who perfectly combined speed, stamina and strategy to emerge as the victors of today's race, taking home the maximum 75 points, 35 even. Please stand and salute the winners. It's Victory Team, boat number 7 from Dubai here in the UAE. It is Salim Al-Adidi and Isa Al-Ali. Is a team effort. We'd also like to recognise the unsung hero behind the strategy and preparation, the best team manager for race number 1, and that honour, well, it goes to Ahmed Al-Sumaiti. Round of applause. Round of applause for our second place there. Top three from race number one. We will now play the national anthem of our winners, the national anthem of the United Arab Emirates. Round of applause for our top three finishers there. And as this remarkable day comes to a close, we remind you all that the excitement is only halfway over. The battle for the world title continues just about. Tomorrow, join us for the crucial pole position qualifying 2. That'll be from 11 a.m. And then on Sunday, we have the final fixture, the closing race of the 2025 UIM XCAT World Championship from 2:30 p.m. right here on the beautiful shores of Sunset Beach. And on behalf of the Dubai International Marine Club, the UIM and the City of Dubai, thank you once again for joining us here this evening. Enjoy the rest of your night, and we look forward to seeing you all back here for more action tomorrow. Have a good night.
It was a very hard race. The sweat was pouring into our eyes.
Power isn't special. We don't fit on your canvas. We burn it all to
We need to do more.
'cause we are the outlaws.
After a collision, great competition, great entertainment. What do you want more?